I seek refuge in God from the outcast Satan. In the name of Allah is gracious, merciful. Quran topics by Tanvir Kazmi. Chapter number 8 Disbelievers. English audio number 12. Al Hajj 22, verse 71. Yet they idolize beside Allah idols wherein He placed no power, and they know nothing about them. The transgressors have no helper. Whenever revelations are recited to them clearly, you recognize wickedness on the faces of those who disbelieve. They almost attack those who recite our revelations to them. Say, shall I inform you of something much worse? Hell is promised by Allah for those who disbelieve. What a miserable destiny. O people, here is an example that you must ponder carefully. The idols you set up beside God can never create a fly, even if they banded together to do so. Furthermore, if the fly steals anything from them, they cannot recover it back. Weak is the pursuer and the pursued. Al Mu'mineen 23, verse 23. We sent Noah to his people, saying, O my people, worship God, you have no other God beside him. Would you not be righteous? The leaders who disbelieved among his people said, This is no more than a human like you, who wants to gain prominence among you. Had Allah willed, He could have sent down angels. We never heard of anything like this from our ancestors. He's simply a man gone crazy. Just ignore him for a while. He said, My Lord, grant me victory, for they have disbelieved me. We then inspired him, Make the watercraft under our watchful eyes, and in accordance with our inspiration. When our command comes and the atmosphere boils up, put on it a pair of every kind, and your family except those who condemn to be doomed. Do not bespeak to me on behalf of those who transgressed, they will be drowned. Al Mu'minun 23, verse 31. Subsequently, we established another generation after them. We sent to them a messengers from among them, saying, You shall worship God, you have no other God beside him. Would you not be righteous? The leaders among his people who disbelieved and rejected the idea of hereafter, although we provided for them generously in this life, said, This is no more than a human being like you. He eats from what you eat and drinks as you drink. If you obey a human being like you, then you are really losers. Does he promise you that after you die and turn into dust and bones, you, you will come out again? Impossible. Impossible indeed is what is promised to you. We only live this life, we live and die, and we will never be resurrected. He is just a man who fabricated lies and attributed them to God. We will never believe him. He said, My Lord, grant me victory, for they have disbelieved me. He said, Soon they will be sorry. The punishment struck them equitably, and thus we turned them into ruins. The wicked perished. Subsequently, we established other generations after them. No community can advance its predetermined fate, nor delay it. Then we sent our messengers in succession. Every time a messenger went to his community, they disbelieved him. Consequently, we destroyed them one after the other and made them history. The people who disbelieved have perished. Al Mu'minun 23, verse 63. Because their minds are oblivious to this, they commit works that do not conform with this. Their works are evil. Then, when we require the leaders with punishment, they complain. Do not complain now. You have given up all help from us. My proofs have been presented to you, but you turned back on your heels. You were too arrogant to accept them, and you defiantly disregarded them. Why do they not reflect upon this book? Do they not realize that they have received something never attained by their ancestors? Have they failed to recognize their messengers? Is this why they are disregarding him? Have they decided that he is crazy? Indeed, he has brought the truth to them, but most of them hate the truth. Indeed, if he truth conform to their wishes, there would be chaos in the skies and earth. Everything in them would be corrupted. We have given them their proof, but they are disregarding their proof. Al Mu'minun 23, verse 23. Most assuredly, you are inviting them to a straight path. Those who disbelieve in the hereafter will surely deviate from the right path. Even when we showered them with mercy and relieved their problems, they plunged deeper into transgression and continued to blunder. Even when we inflicted them with punishment, they never turned to their Lord imploring. Subsequently, when we requited them with the severe punishment they had incurred, they were shocked. Al Mu'minun 23, verse 81. They said, what their ancestors said. They said, after we die and become dust and bones, we get resurrected. Such promise was given to us and to our parents in the past. These are no more than tales from the past. Say, to whom belongs the earth and everyone in on it? If you know, they will say to God. Say, why then you not take heed? Say, who is the Lord of the seven universes, the Lord of the great dominion? They will say, Allah. Say, why then do you not turn righteous? Say, in whom hand is all sovereignty over all things, and he is the only one who can provide help, but needs no help. If you know, they will say, God. Say, where did you go wrong? We have given them the truth while they are liars. Al Mu'minun 23, verse 101. When the horn is blown, no relations among them will exist on that day, nor will they care about one another. As for those whose weights are heavy, they will be the winners. Those whose weights are light are the ones who lost themselves. They live in the hell forever. Fire will overwhelm their faces, and they last miserably therein. Were not my revelation recited to you, and you kept on rejecting them? They will say, our Lord, our wickedness overwhelmed us, and we were people gone astray. Our Lord, take us out of this. If we return to you, if we return to our old behavior, then we are really wicked. He will say, live therein humiliated and do not speak to me. A group of servants used to say, our Lord, we have believed, so forgive us and shower us with mercy. Of all the merciful ones, you are the most merciful. But they mocked and ridiculed them, laughed at them, to the extent that you forgot me. You forgot me. You used to be the winners. You used to laugh at them. I have rewarded them today in return for their steadfastness by making them the winners. He said, how long have you lasted on earth? How many years? They said, we lasted a day or a part of the day. As those who counted, he said, in fact, you stayed but a brief in term. If you only knew. Did you think that we created you in vain? That you were not to be returned to us? Most exalted is God, the true sovereign. There is no other God beside him, the most honorable Lord, possessor of all authority. Anyone who idolizes beside Allah any other God and without any kind of proof, his reckonings rest with his Lord. The disbelievers never succeed. Al Nur 24, verse 39. As for those who disbelieve, their works are like a mirage in the desert. A thirsty person thinks that it is water, but when they reaches it, they find it that it is nothing, and they find God there instead to require Him fully for their works. Allah is the most efficient reckoner. Al Nur 24, verse 39. As for those who disbelieve, their works are like mirage in a desert. A thirsty person thinks that it is water, but when they reaches it, they find that is nothing, and they find God therein to require them fully for their works. God is most efficient reckoner. Al Nur 24, verse 57. Do not think that those who disbelieve will ever get away with it. Their final reward is for hellfire. What a miserable destiny. Al Furqan 25, verse 4. Those who disbelieve said, This is a fabrication that he produced with the help of some other people. They have uttered a blasphemy and a falsehood. They also said tales from the past that he wrote down. They were dictated to him day and night. Say, this was revealed by the one who knows the secret in the skies and the earth. He is forgiving the most merciful. And they said, how come this messenger eats the food and walks in the market? If only an angel could come down with him to serve with him as a preacher, or if only a treasure could have been given to him, or if only he could possess an orchard from which he eats. The transgressors also said, you are following a bewitched man. Note how they called you all kind of names and how this led them astray, never to find their way back. Most blessed is the one who can, if he wills, give you much better than their demands. Gardens with a flowing stream and many mansions. In fact, they have disbelieved in the hour, day of resurrection, and we have prepared for those who disbelieve in the hour of flaming hell. When it sees them from afar, they will hear its rage and fuming, and when they are thrown into it, though a narrow place, all shackled, they will declare their remorse. You will not declare just a single remorse. On that day, you will suffer through a great number of remorses. Say, is this better, or the eternal paradise that is promised for the righteous? It is their well deserved reward, a well deserved destiny. They get anything they wish therein forever. This is your Lord's irrevocable promise. On the day when they summons them, on the day when he summons them together with the idols they had set up beside God, he will say, have you misled these servants of mine, or did they go astray on their own? They will say, be you glorified, it was not right for us to set up any lords beside you, but you allowed them to enjoy together with their parents. Consequently, they disregarded the message and thus became wicked people. Wicked people. They have disbelieved in the message you have given them, and consequently, you can neither protect them from the punishment they have incurred, nor can you help them in any way. Anyone among you who commits evil, we will commit them to severe punishment.